Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you're already subscribed, I want to thank you all very much for 2.1k subscribers. It's a number I never in my life thought I was gonna reach. I honestly started making videos just for fun, and it is such an honor to have so many people that like my drawings and like my dumb little stories. But well, on to the video. Today I bring you a story time of my Antivaxx art history class teacher. So, first of all, I gotta put the cards on the table. I am very, very pro-vaccine. My dad works in the medical field, and I've always been very interested and educated on matters of it. Like, it's not my biggest passion, but I do like to read up on it. So, here's the thing. I'm studying animation, and it's pretty cool. I really love my major. It's fun. So, this semester I'm taking art history class, which is, well, you know, the typical, you learn about architecture styles and Michelangelo and, you know, the usual. So, it's been a couple weeks. We were in art history class. The teacher tends to go off topic sometimes. Like, let's say we're talking about, like, Gothic architecture, and then she starts talking about lemon ice cream. I don't know. Well, she goes off topic a lot. So she, for some reason, started talking about how people used to endure a lot more than they do today, and she started talking about Egyptians and Romans and Greeks and like their medicine techniques and their hygiene and like their lifestyle in general. Like, she started talking about how people used to live so much better and used to eat so much cleaner and used to clean themselves a lot more, which is a blatant lie. First of all, like, dude, like, every single culture that evolved from the Roman culture was like dirty. Like, sorry, but the French invented perfume for some reason. That's a joke, please don't take it literally. So she started talking about hygiene and all that stuff, and then we were like at the Romans, and then she made a monumental time jump to today, and she said, and I quote, "And now that we have vaccines, kids, we have autism." And in that moment, everyone just started like laughing nervously because we weren't sure if she was serious or not. She has a very jokey voice, like a lot of the things she says sound like jokes. So everyone starts laughing nervously, kind of like, yeah, autism, And like, everyone's like in shock, because it's an expensive school, so like you'd think teachers would have a bit more, like, do a bit more research about these type of things. And like, it's like basically everyone's in shock basically, and like it doesn't wear off before the class ends, so nobody had the chance to ask her if she was serious about anti-vax or anything. It was quite the experience. So that's basically the story, and you will think, well, we have like 5-6 minutes left of video, Anna, what the hell? So I'm gonna come up at you with a PSA about the dangers of anti-vax. So listen up, buckle up, kids. If your mom doesn't want to vaccinate her, tell her, "Yo mom, you're being an idiot." Don't tell that to your mom. She's probably gonna like ground you. Don't tell your mom she's an idiot. Just say, "Hey mom, you should maybe look up a bit more." So we all know how it started. Well, maybe a lot don't. Well, whatever. It started because a dude called Andrew Wakefield published a paper called the Lancet Study, or the Lancet paper, in 1998, where he said that, oh, vaccines cause autism, and here is the proof. And people like started going crazy about it. They were like, but we've been vaccinating people for like almost like half a century now. It's a lot of time. There's a lot of autism. And well, the reason that Andrew Wakefield decided to publish this paper was because he wanted to market his own version of I think the HPV vaccine. I'm not too sure which one it was, but he wanted to sell his own version of a vaccine, which he claimed to be safe. And so, obviously, most scientific papers have to be peer reviewed. So, like a lot of scientists like check it out, and they're like, oh well, this makes sense. This doesn't make sense. Check it out. Like, yeah, I think this is a pretty solid theory, or no, I think this is just pure bullshit. So a lot of scientists like started reading up on it, and they were like, this is dumb. Oh, it's not true at all. Doesn't make sense. What the hell, Andrew? And so Andrew was like, oh, I kind of made up the results. I paid some parents to like abuse their kids and say that they got autism from vaccines. And so they suspended his medical license. So this is how it all started. And it wasn't that common until a couple years ago. It started becoming like a huge thing, this anti-vax movement. So, first of all, a lot of people, like my teacher, say like, oh, well, people used to, like, what did people used to do before vaccines? And I'm sorry, I'm gonna rip off a Tumblr meme right now, but they died, Karen. A lot of people died. Literally, we're almost at the border of overpopulation, and a couple decades ago, people were dying by the millions because, like, chicken pox. So, this dude publishes this paper. A lot of people died before vaccines, and now some people have the idea on their mind that vaccines cause autism. Now, not gonna get too much into that one because that's a heated topic, but the most accepted theory for autism is that it's a genetic it's the thing, it's genetic. Genetic thrice. So the thing is that autism is genetic. It starts presenting itself before the child is even born. So like you're already born autistic. But the thing here is that a lot of people say that their kids get autism after vaccines because, well, how are you gonna differentiate between an autistic 2-year-old and a normal 2-year-old? All 2-year-olds act the same. All they want is like mashed carrots, and I don't know 2-year-olds. There's someone talking outside my room. So yeah, basically that's kind of the thing with autism. It's genetic. There's like no way that a thing can cause autism. And actually like 50% of people are on the spectrum. So like we can't really say that. The one thing is that people tend to decide that they don't want to take the blame. And a lot of time with genetic diseases, it's not a disease, it's like, well, a lot of times with things that are genetic, people tend to blame themselves because it's like their genes, and a lot of people don't want to believe that they could create something that isn't the ideal of perfect. So that's how people say a thing. So another thing that a lot of anti-vax people claim is that vaccines contain mercury and aluminum and like a lot of ingredients, and they love looking at ingredient lists, and they are convinced that big pharma is hiding the ingredients, the real ingredients, and that since you can't pronounce a lot of them, that there's no way that they are safe. So Here's the thing with the mercury. There is a lot. There's a lot of types of mercury. It's not like a one type thing. And so the types that we're gonna be differentiating right now are ethyl mercury and just plain old mercury. The ethyl mercury is, oh, hold on, I'm sorry. It's ethyl mercury and methyl mercury, which are the two types. Ethyl mercury is it's like anti-fungus. It's used to clean stuff. It's used as a conservant, and it's even used, like, this is a very common one, but you'll find more mercury in a can of tuna than in a vaccine. And even then, it's not even the lethal kind, because the lethal kind is methyl mercury, which is a neurotoxin that is directly related to mercury poisoning. And even consumed in tiny quantities, it can kill a people or affect their neuronal, their brain development. And the normal quantity of mercury in a vaccine is about 3.3 micrograms, which is like smaller than a gram. You know how much a gram is? It's like not a lot. And it's, even then, it's a lot. And the normal quantity of that a tuna can has of ethyl mercury is 4.27 grams, which is like, I'm not that good at math, but I know that's a big difference. So yeah, people consume a lot of ethyl mercury when they consume seafood in general. So like, if you're anti-vax and you claim that mercury is killing your children or whatever, well, are your children eating tuna because maybe they're autistic because of the tuna, man? Like, have you thought about that? If you're like this fixated on the mercury. Now, the thing is, why are we so fixed up on, like, things? Just kidding. Why are we so fixed up on vaccines, like, happening and stuff? It's because a lot of people, like, first of all, because we don't want kids to die. Second of all, because there's a lot of people who are immunocompromised that cannot get vaccines, and they depend on this little thing called herd immunity, which is basically if most of the herd has immunity and one of them cannot get immunized, well, then it doesn't matter because the rest of the herd cannot get sick, you know? And a lot of anti-vaxxers like to take this and like warp it to their like weird thing, like, oh, well, if herd immunity is a thing, then why do I have to get vaccinated? Wouldn't the herd immunity protect them? No, you dumbass, because you have to be part of the herd immunity. So yeah, I'm very passionate about this topic. So yeah, basically I just wanted to rant for a bit about my teacher. Almost done with the picture. It's pretty fun. Thank you guys for 2.1k. I love you all so much. It honestly has been a crazy trip. Also, the picture is about me going to Spain. Cheetah Girls 2, old reference. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, fantastic night, wherever you are. Whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. That's a song. I don't know. It's like I ate a clown for breakfast. I'm feeling funny, okay? Don't judge me. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. I love you all. I hope you have a great week, month, however much it takes me to upload. I swear I'll be consistent. I'll try at least. Thank you very much for watching.